The next point we shall be going with the land utilization. As we were talking about the whole country having the land, and we have different kinds of lands, the terrains, like it is the forest area, mountain area, desert area. Here we are going to look into the areas that is onto the plains and plateaus where we live and we utilize the lands. And those are also again divided into your 5 categories. The first one is your forest area, and I have written there it is 33%. It is through the forest departments, or we are given a number that whatever the area we are into, the country we are into, at least we should have 33% of land as forest, so that it supports us in a very nice way, like our ecosystem will be in a balanced way. We won't be having the problems of our global warming, whatever we are facing now. Our water cycle, the rains, the precipitation, everything will go on in a right way if this percentage of forest is available. But unfortunately, it is somehow or the other, it is continuously we go with the deforestation, and at present in the country we are having only 27% of forest left. And if you go with individual state forest, how much of forest each of the state is having, the least forest available is in Haryana, and the highest level of forest is available in Mizoram. You can almost say like it is 90% of Mizoram is of forest, and nearly about only 17 to 15% of land is of forest in Haryana. This is the worst condition. But altogether, when we go with the average forest levels, we are just having in our country on an average level, we are just having 24. And the process we are trying to, as we are going with little of our awareness programs like it is afforestations and all, we are trying to increase. It has decreased to 21% in last, like we can say 2015 or so. Now we have tried to increase. It is slowly 1-2% every year we are trying to increase, and at present we are, according to 2019, we are into 24% of forest area in the country. The next one goes with your not cultivated. That also is categorized into 2, like it is barren and wastelands. What is barren land? Where nothing can be cultivated. Even the grass cannot be cultivated, or it cannot come by its own. So these are the barren lands, and some of the lands we don't use for cultivation, we just leave it off. All the total number of land, the total amount of land whatever we are having, each and every inch we don't utilize. Some we just leave it off. In that we have some of the lands not cultivated. So some lands are considered as barren lands and wastelands. The second one here is building roads, factories, etc., where some of the lands we take to build something onto that one, like we are building factories, we are building residential areas, houses are required for us. We are going with the road constructions, and you can see how large roads we are constructing, and those lands are utilized there. It can be sometimes it is the agricultural land also is taken away into that one. Whenever we are into the trains and all, we travel through trains, we travel in between the agricultural lands. On both the sides we have the agricultural lands, and in between we have the train tracks going. So that particular land is also getting used up. That agricultural land is getting used up for one of the developments, but unfortunately the agricultural land is lost. The next point is other uncultivated lands, and thus we shall be looking into the pasture and the grazing lands. The pasture and the grazing lands are some common lands in the villages where we take our animals for grazing. Those are the pasture lands. Those we don't go with the cultivation, we don't use them, and those lands are also equally important. And they should be taken care, because our animals or the village animals will be going there to have their grazings. Once in a while they will be going and they will be coming back, and it is to be maintained properly. Next one is miscellaneous tree crops, groves. That is, we even have the shelter belts, we have the extra trees, and we actually don't go with the cultivation. Rather, it is to be taken care because we want the shelters, and it is a part of a greenery, which is going to help you out in the nature balance. So those are them. Then we have the cultivable wastelands. These lands are actually, they can be cultivated, but due to some or the other reasons they are not cultivated for more than 5 years. They are just left out, and some other purposes going taken place there. So this is the third point. Next goes with fallow lands. Fallow lands are the lands they are the agricultural lands, but due to some reasons they are not cultivated for next 1 to 5 agricultural years. Later on again they can be coming into cultivation, but due to some reasons, might be the farmer left the place and went off, got transferred from there, some or the other reasons, that particular land is not again cultivated for the next coming agricultural year. In that 1 to 5 years, if the regular agricultural land is not utilized as agriculture for cultivation, then that lands are considered as fallow land. Net sown area. We shall be having an example like whatever the area we are going with in the country, in the state. Let us take this is the total land area we are going for the cultivation, and we sow in every season we sow the seeds in the land. Whenever you sow the seeds, is the amount of land you have used here for sowing the seeds is the same amount you are cropping it out? Generally doesn't happen so. For example, if you have planted 10 plants, all the 10 plants grow healthily. Sometimes, many times it is 2 or 3 plants get spoiled and you are supposed to remove that, and only 6 or 7 will be in your hand. That is what here. This is the area we have sown and we want to harvest the land. But we see that now this particular land got wasted or crop got wasted, and this is the total one. Out of this got wasted. Now see, this is the wasteland we have, not this wasteland, rather it is in the cultivated one some crops get wasted. So this one is your net sown area, total, how much you have used for sowing. From that something got wasted, the wasteland. And this one, whatever you are cropping now, you are taking the crop, you are harvesting it, this becomes your gross cropped area. The net sown area minus your wasteland is your gross cropped area. Clear? Point goes with your land degradation and conservation measures. In geography, whenever you talk of any of the resources, those resources we keep on utilizing. And after a particular point, we see that we have overused it, and because of that one, some problems have been created. And later on, we talk about the conservation also. And when we realize the problem has arisen, we see that how we are going to conserve it. So the first side we are looking into, this side we are looking into the degradation part. And the side you are having, and please make a note of all these things, and the side we are having our conservation part. So the degradation, let us say, these are the simple ones, as from the very beginning of your geography you kept on learning, or in science also you kept on learning about. It is deforestation or overgrazing and all, but in some details we shall be discussing these all things, because this question comes into your 5 marks. According to your question, let's go into the discussion. First one is deforestation. And as the population is growing, there is a use of, we are using the lands in different ways, and there is a requirement. And in the very beginning also we have talked about, as land is constant, we cannot extend the land for any of the use. Can we extend the land if the population is growing? We want to stay on the land, and we want to even cultivate the land, and we want to feed the population. So the land is stable or it is constant, and for that sake we are just clearing the land. When the clearance of the land is going on, that is known as, we are going into the forest area, and we are removing the forest area, and we are either converting those forest areas into cultivable lands or residential areas. For even to go with a little more developments, we are even going into industrializations. For that also we require land, and maybe the only possible land is the forest lands we have. So we clear the forest and we are utilizing, and this process of clearing the forest is known as deforestation. Overgrazing. As the population is raising, the demand for the food is raising, so the animal products, dairy products also are raising. Either it can be the meat, milk, eggs, poultry, whatever we are, and for that also we require land. And the grazing lands. Are we really having so much of grazing land that freely the animals can go and graze and come back? So the same land, it is continuously utilized. Overgrazing is going on there. If overgrazing goes on, after a particular period of time, that land becomes barren, because we are not giving a particular time period for it to get replenished back. So we should be careful about, but this is what is going on. These are the degradations. These are the points for degradation. Slowly we are going into the degradation of the lands. Then we are with the minings also, the next part of our development. we go for digging the lands, and we go with bringing the minerals up. After digging the minerals and after bringing the minerals to the surface, what are we doing with that land? Just leaving it open, and which we are not taking care of, and that is converting into wastelands. Then over irrigation, even that is a point. It is continuously the land is being used to go with your agriculture and cultivate something or the other. In the first lesson we have talked about, it is the point like we used to have only in 9th standard we had the point, we used to have only 2 croppings, like it is Kharif and Rabi season croppings, and rest of the 4 months the land was left out using slash and burn technique, so that the land can get its minerals back in the natural process. But now we are using the Zaid cropping also in between, and not leaving the land even for a single day. Continuously 12 months, year after year we are using the lands where the minerals are continuously getting exhausted. So your over irrigation also is a problem, which is going into land degradation. You have the water logging and salinity. The water gets logged up because you are not using the land properly, and when the logging goes on, the salinity, the water is getting evaporated from the surface area, and the saline contents are logged up in the surface, where again the land is not favorable for your cultivation. Then grinding and huge quantity of dust. We even go with mining, quarrying, grinding. These are the parts of your mint. Now when the grinding part is going on, some of the industries like it is marble industries and all, they go with the grinding. The polishing is going on, the grinding of the surfaces, where lots of dust is created. And it comes into the atmosphere, and slowly it settles onto the land, plants, trees and all. When the dust is being settled down onto the land, it again creates a problem, like it is the land should be little porous for the plants to grow, and even it is the leaf, when the leaf is having the dust on its surface, it is very difficult for its respiration and photosynthesis process. This also is again a kind of degradation, atmospheric degradation. Then comes your industrial effluents. Whatever the waste materials comes out from your industries, they are not processed properly, and they are just left out into the atmosphere. Either it is onto the land, water or air, and again this leads to your land degradation. The next one goes on with your conservation. You can say it is almost the opposite side of this one, and government is taking care of this. Now let us go towards the conservation side. You can say it is almost the opposite of whatever the degradation we have done. The same thing we have to go for the conservation, as we have taken deforestation, and that also is we want some of the land, so we were going for deforestation. But wherever possible, can we grow plants? That is afforestation. Whenever we cut a tree, we are seeing that 10 plants are planted, so that at least we get little of the greenery. We are adding up little of the greenery to the atmosphere. So this is afforestation. Wherever possible, government has taken all these steps to conserve the land. The next goes with the control grazing. Like we were looking into the overgrazing, as we had small amounts or the little areas for grazing, and continuously the grazing was going on. So try to control that one. And even see, next we can extend our lands for the grazings, or we can even allot some other grazing lands for these people, so the overgrazing is stopped or controlled. Now the shelter beds. This is the very best idea where the government has taken. Like in the areas of the deserts where big trees can be grown, and it is in a form of belt. And these trees can stop the wind flow, they can stop the soil erosion, they can stop the sand dunes forming. So these are and they can even provide shelters for the passerbys. So this becomes your shelter belts, and very important and very effectively it has been working. Growing thorny bushes. When big trees are not possible to be grown, then they see the bushes are being grown there, so that again it stops your soil erosion. It holds the soil, it even holds the sod of the soil, and it is the bushes are being kept there, they are grown there. The management of the wastelands. We do have the wastelands, but still we are supposed to, some way or the other, these things are managed, and they should be taken into consideration, that lands should not be wasted totally or left out totally. Some or the other things should be gone into, and they should be managing with that one. Even that becomes a program of the government. Control mining activities. overuse should not be done there, and you should have a government program should be going on properly, so that it is having a controlled process. We cannot stop mining totally. So a program should be taken, or a procedure and a policy should be taken by the government, so that the control, as we were talking about the control of grazing, the same way we have to even look into the mining part. Then control disposal of the industrial effluents, the last one. We are not having that, we are not processing that effluents, the waste materials coming, the toxic materials coming out from the factories and industries. We are just directly leaving away them. We are putting on into the water, land, and we are just openly using it into the air. But we should have a process that those things are processed properly, they are diluted properly, and then they should be left out into the environment. That control also, that policy also should be taken care by the government. So these are the degradations and these are the conservations of your land. The procedure we can use to conserve our lands.